Artist. Just ask your device, play Song Quiz, to try it now. Test yourself with music from any decade by saying, play Song Quiz. That's Play Song Quiz.
Good evening, everyone. It is April 12th, Tuesday evening. Places in North Dakota are probably, you have all different types of people. It's been a tremendous blizzard over there. National Weather Service reports of 35 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, well beyond the blizzard criteria, along with 3 to 5 snow drifts. That is as of noon today. The snow forecasts are all coming true so far. They're indicating 36 inches. Let's go back in time to see where exactly the storm system is coming from and what exactly is going on. We have a northwest Pacific low pressure system that moved, according to some weather maps, moved onto Washington State. Others say it moved into the Oregon area. Pretty deep low pressure as it pulled in at 29.5. The storm system then moved into the Utah area. It deepened to 29.2. As it moved east, it then moved into, well, originally it was forecasted to go into the North Colorado area to 29.1, and actually ended up going into more into the eventually southern or central Nebraska. That's actually where it is now. As of a couple hours ago, this afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, it was in central Nebraska, probably around 29.2 or so. That storm system is expected to weaken slightly as it moves into southern Minnesota. Later on tonight, weakening to about 29.3. Storm system then continues moving east. A secondary area of low pressure develops off in the northwest Minnesota, northeast North Dakota area, also along the international border. According to some weather maps, barometric pressure for both systems at 29.4. Eventually, that one, the one in Wisconsin, moves into east central Wisconsin and eventually develops at one point forecasted to go into 28.9. Certainly an 18-inch storm or more. At this point, it looks like 29.1. Still could be an 18-inch storm. Well, it is. I mean, the National Weather Service is saying 24 to 36 inches in the bullseye. Some areas may get locally higher amounts. On this Windy app, or the windy.com weather app, it shows some version of the European model, the one, not hour by hour one, but it indicates about 20 inches of snow, significantly less than what the National Weather Service is saying for places in North Dakota. Yesterday, we saw the forecasts even beyond 20 inches, actually even as of earlier today. And snowfall up a little bit north of the Thunder Bay area in Ontario, Canada, approaching 30 inches. That almost resembles kind of what the National Weather Service is saying now, but currently we don't see those forecasts still. But, you know, I just thought of the reason why, and I just thought of why. I think actually you can add a solid 10 inches to whatever that the map shows in the windy.com at this point, because we've already gone through 12 hours of snow or more, and it might not be showing those 12 hours. So we'll follow with the National Weather Service. Despite whatever it says on windy.com, National Weather Service, again, is saying up to around 36 inches. That's in the bullseye, but a locally higher amount, so it's not really up to. It's the widespread area up to 36 inches. On the storm's warm side, we have record heat taking place in South Texas as temperatures go up to about 103 degrees. Very warm temperatures for the rest of Texas, highs well into the 80s for much of Texas. Those warm temperatures are just going to get warmer for tomorrow, at least actually for places a little bit further east, like Missouri, Illinois. Chicago, Illinois also has a chance of getting to 70 degrees tomorrow, especially areas just to the south of the Chicago area. A major severe weather risk for today. It's unbelievable. When you look at this map, it's something that I was totally not expecting to see this. I don't know if anybody was expecting to see this. This is it's almost like a pop-up thing at the last minute. I don't know what's actually going on right now, but this is the map that the National Weather Service has put out. This is unbelievable. I'll tell you the parts that are unbelievable. First of all, you have a widespread severe weather event. That's not unbelievable. Sure, you have a widespread. It's the largest widespread severe weather of the year. It goes from Iowa all the way to Minnesota. Okay, fine. We have enhanced risk. Enhanced risk means a 30% chance for severe weather within a 25-mile radius, damaging wind gusts 58 miles per hour or more. That's severe weather risk. Tornadoes, large hail, some say very large hail. I don't know the difference between large hail, that's golf ball size hail, very large hail is grapefruit size hail. So that's some of the stuff that you could expect, especially along the dry line. The dry line is the area where the southwest winds from the desert collide with the southeast winds off the Gulf of Mexico. That's where the storm chasers hang around. It's either blue or stormy there, and same with today. Areas might not get a cloud in the sky, but those places that do get severe weather, they might get hit really hard. But the most phenomenal part of this map is that area up in the Iowa, that area in Iowa, when you have a 4, it's not a 4 in Louisiana, it's not a 4 in the Plains. It's a 4 in Iowa, a 40% chance for severe weather within a 25-mile radius. It's in Iowa, meaning the chiddush here, the real shocker over here is not so much that it's in Iowa, but that is a shocker, but that it's only in Iowa. It's not in the Plains. Well, it's not in the Plains. It's not by the dry line. It's not by the dry line unless the dry line somehow moved there. The dry line was expected to be by Nebraska, actually, and Kansas, but it's severe weather risk of a 4 in Iowa. Unless that's the wrong map. Is that map for today or is that map for tomorrow? But whatever map that is, whether it's today or tomorrow, it's probably for today. Tomorrow, the all of that moves a little bit further east. Whatever map that is, it's still quite amazing. It's not the widespread, it's the dry line, that's what they were speaking about, but the real heavy risk is nothing to do with the dry line, it has to do with the front. This was supposed to be a weakening front that wasn't really going to be the main focus of thunderstorms down south. It was expected to, some storms were expected to develop along the cold front, warm front thing, but that dry front was going to be even more significant. But when you get up north, as that storm system approaches, how could it not? How could that front not produce monster bombing thunderstorms when you have hot air colliding with such cold air? It's and the snow just makes it worse. We have places where the forecast in North Dakota, highs in the mid-20s, didn't even get that hot. Didn't even reach that. Temperatures low 20s for much of the day. The snow coming down heavy. And it's just amazing that on windy.com, as heavy as this, cold as it is, they show a melting snowpack during certain hours as if their 18-inch snow is only going to be falling. There's only going to be 12, 13 inches on the ground at its peak. What's shot with that? What does that mean? What does that mean? But the National Weather Service is saying 36 inches, and they're right there. The local meteorologists are always going to be the best. So those people in North Dakota, it's just so geschmack. It's right there. You just walk out 2 feet, 3 feet. Just amazing. The winds, the blinding. Is everything canceled? Everything should be canceled. How could anything be open? Also in the beginning, at least, maybe even now, this was a wet snow. I don't know, low 20s, how do you get a wet snow? But it was supposed to be a wet snow freezing onto the power lines and the trees. 35 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. And, no one mentioned any thunderstorms, at least not in the Bismarck, North Dakota National Weather Service. But if you look at the Storm Prediction Center, you see thunderstorms going all the way up, even in northern Minnesota. You would think, come on, some of those storms got to be falling in the snow. And look at this. The GFS computer model shows snowfall rates at 4 p.m., 3 inches an hour for the city. I don't know what the name of the city is. It starts with a G, a C, or a G. Someplace in North Dakota. And then by 7 p.m., GFS shows snowfall accumulations of 5 inches an hour. National Weather Service reported earlier that you could expect snowfall accumulations of 1 to 3 inches an hour. You know, if you're getting 5 inches of snow an hour, that's lightning and thunder stuff. The University of Missouri did a study that says 88% of the time, under a lightning streak, there will be 5.7 inches of snow. Retired meteorologist Dave Murray for Channel 2 KTVI in St. Louis, he said that whenever there's thunder and lightning, when it snows, it opens the gates of heaven. Shemayim, the Shari Shemayim are open for snow. Anything in the cloud just it bombs out. It just drops it right there. When the mayor of Moscow, back in 2008, he promised a year of no snow. So what did they do? How did they accomplish that? He hired the military to cloud seed the clouds just to the southwest, just outside of Moscow, to drop all of its precipitation on those towns so there would be nothing left in Moscow. And it was working until finally in midwinter, Moscow broke a record for the largest snow in history of the city. That's it's pretty funny, but so the mayor, it worked out at least for a couple months. So you have to wonder if thunder snow could also reduce snowfall amounts if you're right outside those thunderstorms. It does something like that in rain. It does something like that. In fact, sometimes when you have thunderstorms, rain, meteorologists lower the snowfall amounts in certain situations. Anyways, what we have here, we have it's been 11 minutes and I'm actually trying to get imagery connected to this podcast. So, not so much, but there's a little bit. I was going to talk about the cap. The environment became capped today, which means it's very stable, which makes it impossible for thunderstorms to develop. This is actually very interesting. It's impossible for thunderstorms to develop. That's why the thunderstorms are going to be so severe, because when the cap finally breaks this evening, it's going to be there's so much heating that took place because the sun was out the whole day. But the question is, will the cap break? Maybe the environment will remain capped. I would imagine that there are already answers right now, and the people know what the answers are. The people who are living, probably some places yes, some places no. Anyways, enjoy your just magnificent. If this snow is materializing, anyone who thinks that the Atlantic Ocean is no match for the Midwest, people who think that it's only nor'easters, 2 feet, 3 feet, in that historical storm for New York, which never happened back in 2015, they were forecasting 30 to 40 inches, stuff like that. It never happened. Well, they're getting it right now in North Dakota. There's no Atlantic Ocean in this one, all from the Gulf of Mexico, copious amounts. And that's the story over there. You have all of North Dakota experiencing snow throughout the night tomorrow. Barometric pressure, what's interesting, is in Bismarck, North Dakota. The barometric pressure is going to start rising later on this evening. But later on tomorrow, I think, at some point, it's going to start dropping again. So I wonder if the snow is going to come in 2 waves and if it's going to lighten up and then intensify. And I'm just not sure what time tomorrow the pressure starts dropping again. And then they say there's another system coming by. I thought they mentioned Saturday evening, Shabbos evening, but I can't. On windy.com, it's hard to find that. It shows something more like Sunday evening, and it's super minor, so I don't know. But the National Weather Service in Bismarck, North Dakota mentioned the possibility of another small minor event. Thank you for listening. I wish everyone a wonderful day.
What mom wouldn't want to relax in a whirlpool tub or soak in the peacefulness of a private resort? Every mom deserves a break, so give her a getaway from home to Serenity Springs.